Help, Heather. I am working on all this boundary stuff, but I have the same question Larissa did, which is, how do I deal with past hurt, dealing with my relationships, and still be making progress with my boundaries today? How do I separate the past from the future, or the past from the present, and continue to make progress? I get this question often, and believe it or not, I was in your exact same shoes. My childhood was not peaches and cream. I had an abusive situation. I was forever eternally hopeful that that would change over time. And I kept going back to my past to hopefully create a better future. And what I realized in my journey was I can acknowledge the importance of my past for why I ended up where I did. But I could not continue to blame my past for what I choose to do in the present. So I took full ownership of the present. I stopped wishing for people to change. I stopped wishing for people to have been better people, for people to have not been the types of people who would do certain things to children, right? I wanted all those things. But the reality is, it's just like if you transport back into time to yesterday and get yesterday to be different? No. And every moment that you waste in the present trying to get back to the past to make it what you think it should have been, or to deal with your anger, is a wasted minute. So way I started to view this is, yes, these people were not great. Yes, this happened. Truth. But I'm not going to focus my attentions on that anymore. It yielded me eating in a way to self-soothe. I put on a lot of weight, but I can focus today, right now, on what I do have. And I focused on all the good, healthy relationships I had. I focused on eating in a way that supported my goals. And every time I felt anger, resentment, sadness was a big one for me. I would see Hallmark cards come out for different holidays and think, that doesn't pertain to me, that doesn't pertain to my situation. And it would leave my heart very heavy. And I would finally say, no, you know what? Just because I did not have that doesn't mean others didn't, and it doesn't mean I won't. That's the other thing. We get so mired down in the past and our frustration and anger towards what happened. We don't think about where we could go if we were to make positive changes today. So I started really respecting the fact that the past is done. I can't go back and alter it. When it comes to boundaries, I set them with myself. Heather, that's a past thought. Heather, stay in the present. Heather, that's a past thought. Heather, stay in the present. If you don't want the next 30 years to look like the first 30, you've got to make a change now. And it meant me kind of snapping my fingers and ruffling my feathers to get my attention to know that staying in that past was not serving me. So again, there's nothing wrong with diving into your past to become aware of why you might have done what you've done. But that does not alter today, and it will not alter the future. If you want a better life, if you want better relationships, if you want a better body, if you want anything that you want, requires work today. So if you're struggling with that thought, like, how do I stop feeling angry? You think about you 10 years ago. Are you the same person you were 10 years ago? Probably not, right? Neither are those other people. And the reality is, staying angry at them is only punishing you. It's not punishing them. Every time you feel extreme anger, you probably eat in a way that doesn't go with your goals. You probably feel hot, bothered, generally irritable. You're probably not giving your best self to those that you love. And so you're letting them win again. You're playing that over in your head like a movie, over and over and over again, to the point at which it's actually impacting you today. Where I would say, Heather, that's just like a dream that you had. And yes, it occurred, and yes, it didn't feel good, but let's stay mired down in the present and think about how that will impact the future. I promise you, every moment you stay angry about your past is a moment you cannot move forward. You need to find what you can do today, and just remind yourself that that anger you're feeling, it's only affecting you. It's not affecting anybody else. And I got tired of punishing myself. I got tired of feeling resentful for not having certain relationships, or feeling angry because certain people weren't better at their job of being a parent or whatever. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to focus on this anymore. I'm going to focus on what I do have And I'm going to focus on what I can do today. And I'm going to make my future amazing. And guess what? It has become amazing because I've decided to make it so. So you have a wonderful day. I hope that helps. Talk to you soon.